this sun is crazy, but it's good for the video, so we'll make do what we have. In today's video, we're going to be talking about ways you can properly manage your money as a student, whether you're in university, okay, mainly university to be fair, or any tertiary institution. So let's dive in. If you haven't noticed already, I think you can see the buildings behind. I'm currently in school, so I'm going to be walking around the school to make the video. So let's see how it goes. The first tip on my list, and it doesn't really matter how much you came with, is to budget every single day. Now what you want to do is get a list, preferably on your phone, because your phone is most likely always going to be with you, and go to your note app or whatever and start to write down every single thing that you spend your money on. What this would do is it would keep you cautious of how much you're spending every single hour, every single day, however it is you spend your money. Our space is dark, so this will help you properly manage your money. It's currently 10:30 in the morning, I think. You see, it's morning and the sun is crazy. Nevertheless, and I've only spent, I think, 100 naira today. Yep. I haven't had breakfast though. But my point basically is, every single time I buy something, I'm always going to put that in my phone or in my notes or wherever the case may be. So do that every single day and you would see that you'd be able to save so much at the end of the day or at the end of the week. By the way, I'm currently in the basketball court. Fun fact, I do not like to play basketball, but it is a very good sport. I've been walking on the sun too much, and I don't know if you noticed, but I am getting darker. Maybe it's just the lighting, but nevertheless, we're going to sit down for a while. So now we're going over to the second tip that you can do to save money or to manage your money properly, and is if you are in a school where you're able to cook, then you should cook your meal. Try as much as possible to limit how many times you go to the restaurant or to the eatery to get something. Cook your meals. Plan, prepare, budget, and cook your meals by yourself. You would save yourself a ton of money. But if you are in a school like mine, I'm currently in Boeing University, then it's not possible for you to cook. So what you can do is probably try to find a restaurant that is quite cheap. There are like, I don't know, there are a number of restaurants here basically. So find a restaurant that is cheap and try as much as possible to buy your food just from there. Now don't get me wrong, you should live a good life, right? There are times that you should wild out, if you get what I mean, right? But it shouldn't be an occurrence. And make sure you have money before you do that. Don't be following people. You guys, there are a lot of bats in this school. It's quite frightening. Jesus, I have never seen one like this. Can you see this? They're hanging upside down. This is scary, to be honest. Okay, now there are certain situations that might warrant students to want to borrow from other students, you know, especially your friends, or borrow from people outside of your school. But one thing you should never do is not to do that. Don't ever borrow money. Don't ever go into debt. In one of the videos I made, I spoke about how there are two columns, all right? And the first is an asset column and a liability column. That's the columns that have to do with your finance. And assets are basically things that would bring money to you, and liability is things that will take money away from you. I talk about this quite often. But what you want to do is, if ever you want to take a debt, is to do that and put it into your asset column. Meaning that if you want to start a business but don't have enough money to do so, and you genuinely feel that if you get that capital, then it could probably thrive, it could be a thriving business, then you could do that. But don't borrow money for food, don't borrow money for airtime, for bills, basically. Don't do that. This is one of the ways you can easily mismanage your money. I tell you, no matter how bad the situation is, you don't want to borrow, because this is how the mind works. Let's say you get 50,000 naira. I don't know what the dollar equivalent is. I'll probably put it somewhere. So let's say you get 50,000 naira, all right? And you take half of that, for example, and put it into your business, knowing fully well that you need that whole 50,000 naira for your expenses, for your food, your transport, all these kind of things. What your mind is going to do is, because that half of the money, the 25,000, has been put away, the remaining part, you would either be able to live off of that, or your brain will think of a way to create new ways for you to make money in order for you to live a comfortable life. Or maybe not a comfortable life, but to live a pretty decent life. So try as much as possible never to go into debt. Try as much as possible never to borrow, no matter how convenient it may seem, except that money is going into your asset column. So before we go into the next point, genuinely, I don't even know which angle is better, because I have to stay behind the sun, right? No, I don't think this is good. I think sun's behind me. I think this is better. But nevertheless, I have a dilemma, right? And I'm sitting here by myself, obviously, because I don't have any friends in this school. I came here like 3 days ago, so maybe it's ideal. But I do have male friends, obviously my roommates and everything. But I mean, like, I've not gone to walk up to someone to talk to them. So maybe if they see me holding a tripod and a camera in public, because you know people are passing and some people just turn and look, maybe they would walk up to me. It's odd. My shyness is odd because I have a YouTube channel and I'm able to talk to like thousands of people without like flinching, if that's the word. But when it comes to walking up to girls, that's quite odd. Guys are not a problem. But let's go over to the next point and see how we can manage our money properly. So the next thing you can do is I'm going to put 2 steps into one. So try as much as possible not to go out as often as you would want to. So if you don't have classes, try as much as possible to stay indoors. Like just stay inside. Like 2 days ago, I was moving all over the place. I had stuff to do. I wasn't just walking aimlessly. So I had stuff to do, yeah? And I found that I spent like 2,000 naira, you know, in a single day, which is, let's say that's not ideal, I beg. That's not ideal for me. Yeah, I spent that amount in a day. But yesterday, I didn't have any classes, so I stayed indoors, right? Like all through. I came out in the evening though to eat. But I found that I spent like 700 or something like that. But my point basically is, the more you stay inside, the less likely you are to spend money. So still under the same not going out. If at all you have to go out, because obviously you're in school, so you would have to go out quite often. Try as much as possible to hold the exact amount of money that you need. Don't take your card with you. Do not take your card with you. It's a trap, because whenever you're outside, because you're not in your own school, right? There are a lot of people in your school, a lot of people who are going to be spending. You might be tempted and you would want to spend more than you can afford, and you wouldn't even think about it at that particular time. So but there are times that I've been outside, but I've only had the amount of cash that I needed, so I can't even spend because I don't have. But then you could transfer, so you might as well leave your phone at home. You shall get the point. Take the exact amount of money that you need. I need to find a better location. People are looking at me. It's not good, but it's what we do. It's the hustle. So let's keep on. So I'm currently walking in this direction because of you guys, because I don't know if you can see that over there, that's my accommodation, but the sun is better here. See, my face is dark, so let's keep going. So the final point, and maybe the most important, is to look for a source of income. Find some way that you can earn money. If your school is the kind where they offer part-time jobs, then you could try to get that. As long as it doesn't really affect your academics and you can find a way to juggle the both together, then it's something that you want to do. You can start a business or think of something to sell to students. I mean, I genuinely feel that most businesses will thrive in university if done properly, because of the amount of people that are there. So if you can, you could try and start a business. In school here, that's in my school, I don't know the rules about business, so please don't ask me in the comment section. But I know that you can if you get the right authorities to sign it off or something like that. Nevertheless, find a source of income so that you can have something inside your asset column bringing you money each and every week or each and every month, however the case may be. Okay, I think I've walked far enough. I think we're going to go back to my accommodation now. That will be the end of this video. I think maybe there'll be a b-roll after, who knows. But please like, share, subscribe. I have a newsletter, so you can subscribe to that. Everything will be in the description. I apologize for the noise. And you can also follow my Instagram account at Tiga Abiri. All right, I will see you guys in the next video by God's grace. Take care. Peace.